comments, y'all know what that is and what show. Because the next guest has a lot to do with it. So anyway, we're going to take a look down here right quick. Yes, and this is more of NerdCon Mount Bellevue 2025. Okay, and with that said, now I'm going to pan up and I'm going to show exactly who Colton's with.
Hey there, guys.
All right. So Colton, who is this? Go ahead.
This is...
You're not going to know. You're not going to know.
It's Jeremy Miller.
Jeremy Miller. And you are an actor.
Yes, sir, I am. I got to do the voice of Linus for the Peanuts gang from 1984 to 1987, way before your time. But I did Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. I did This Is America, Charlie Brown, as well as Snoopy the Musical Special.
Wow, how about that? Hey, we're going to swing on over here right quick because I'm catching a lot of the sun.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. I had to do that to sun. I know y'all.
Understood.
Sun was getting in my eyes too. Okay, can you do that one more time? Go through that spiel if you don't mind, please. Of Linus and stuff like that.
So I did the voice of Linus on the Peanuts gang from 1984 to 1987.
Okay.
And I got to do Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. I did This Is America, Charlie Brown, and also Snoopy the Musical Special.
Wow.
So those were the three big ones I got to be a part of, as well as they had a talking Snoopy doll, kind of like Teddy Ruxpin, if any of you older crew remember that.
There you go.
And
I've heard of
you've heard of Teddy Ruxpin? So they had a Snoopy version, and we did 24 tapes, story tapes for the talking Snoopy doll as well.
Okay. So he's also, like I said, I remember him. I remember coming in after school, y'all, and this is no doubt, and by about seven-ish, I believe during that nighttime we would eat and we'd be watching TV, and you would see this guy.
Yes, sir.
On our TV from Growing Pains.
Yep, it was Who's the Boss came on first, and then Growing Pains, and man, we had such a wonderful time. I was so blessed to be a part of that show and to have such a wonderful second family on that show. You know, the Seavers really were my other family, and man, I had it about as good as you could ask for.
That is great. So this is, if you want to know a little bit of history and that realm and stuff like that, this is one of the guys right here. He was known as Ben.
Yep, Little Ben Seaver. Not so little anymore, but man, it was a great time to be on television, and it was really a show that people connected with.
Yes.
And even now, 40 years later, I get to hear about how much that show meant to people, how much we brought some laughter and smiles into their lives, and that's really special.
Yes. He's right. He is right. Compared, I don't know how to put it to y'all. Back then, it was simpler. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was. I'm not trying to say everything made sense, but I'm just saying it was a different era, a different time.
It was a simpler time, that is for sure. And the truth is, although it's so nice to have so many options nowadays, with streaming, with entertainment, with everything, but our choices were so much more limited back then that we appreciated it more.
Yes.
You know, when we found something special that we really liked, we were invested in it, you know, and you couldn't miss an episode because you wouldn't know what happened. There was no reruns, there's no streaming, there was no, so you really had to commit to a show if you really loved it. And I think that made that era very special.
Yeah, he's right. There was no rewind.
No.
There was no rewind. If you missed it, that was kind of like the Fall Guy or whatever else. If you missed it, you just missed it.
Yep.
So, Colton, I know you don't know much about this, but like I said, we're basically the same age as me and him was talking. So, he remembers the phone books that you can knock somebody out with.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were this thick. They did damage if you hit somebody with them.
They were big phone
like
books.
that thick. Yep, absolutely.
Now, we don't have phone books. Now we have a cell phone that you just push a button and it calls. So, yeah,
Yep.
one of them. They replaced the phone books.
Are you kidding? There is more power in this phone than in a computer back then that filled an entire room. I'm not kidding.
Yep, 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 yep. Well,
I also want to say something. I only know you from when you voiced Lions. Because I grew up with Charlie.
That's awesome.
That was the only time I know he's from Charlie Brown.
That is what most of the younger generations know me from, is from the Charlie Brown specials. But I'll tell you, less and less people, kids-wise, are knowing about Charlie Brown and the Peanuts. So I love hearing somebody who's your age, who's a little bit younger, who still knows and appreciates the Peanuts.
well, Colton, is there anything you want to tell him before we wrap it up?
Nice meeting you.
It is wonderful to meet you, Colton. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
So, like I said, y'all, I know him as Ben. he was in my house
Jeremy,
at
I
7.
answer to it all.
He was in my house at 7 in the evening.
Yes, sir.
And my mom loved watching y'all.
That's awesome.
So,
One more thing.
okay.
It says you
I can still do a little bit of the voice from Linus, and Ben, I wouldn't be able to do it for you right now because I'm just getting over a throat issue. But Ben was known for his scream. And yes, to this day, if my throat's okay, I can still do the Seaver scream. But I can give you a little bit of Linus. I am not your sweet Babu, and I wouldn't invite you to a chicken race.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Y'all, we'll talk to y'all later on.
Thank you, guys.
All right.